You will?
It's not like the good old glory days for John. It's like John glory days.
Those is coming up, so don't drink it yet.
Yeah, that's like when
You like all
that was the same one. Yeah, that was the same one. Yeah, for being 20, like that, she was pretty forward. Yeah. I mean, she's like, yeah.
You guys, are you interested in plum wine for the toast?
No, plum wine.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
There's also tea.
Yeah, I have tea. Okay. Thank you so much. Toast. Toast the poets. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. This is supposed to last a while. Yeah.
And now, what did we have?
I mean, guys, we're basically going to.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I suppose I could take it on building off some kind of feet.
Well, I think,
Sure.
No, you can leave it open,
Okay.
yeah.
as long as you're there to protect us from hunger.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the May edition of Third Saturday Poetry in Chinatown. Okay, couple of things. Clara Sue, our fearless leader, will not be with us this afternoon, unfortunately, but she is spending time with her son, celebrating his birthday. And unfortunately, one of our two features of the afternoon will not be with us. Susana Praver-Pérez took sick last night, unfortunately, and ended up in the emergency room, and they kept her. So we're going to send healing thoughts and best wishes for her speedy recovery and for the wellness of Clara Sue's son, and for everyone else who might be suffering right now. So we will, I think at this time it would be appropriate to do our toast to poetry in Chinatown and the wellness of the entire community.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers.
For those of you who may not know, my name is Greg Pond, and I am happy to share this afternoon with you. We have open mic slots, and certainly since we have a small crowd, we'll probably do maybe a few rounds. If you like, you can come back again. Maybe keep it within about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll do a round. So in case more people come, people still get a chance to participate. A couple of things. If you have a phone, you might want to put it on, silent or mute or vibrate or something like that. And
Be careful with your dog, you can't eat anything.
Yeah.
So you have a little cups, just put it over there so that the dog doesn't.
also, after you read, you are certainly welcome to one of these colorful pens. Some of them are metallic, some of them are whatever, like they smell nice or have nice colors. Anyway, please feel free to take one of these. And we do have one of our features here this afternoon, and that person who will be coming up later is ABDUL KENYATTA, a wonderful poet and storyteller, and I'm sure that you will be well entertained. So, first of all, we will start with first of our poets, who I believe is John DeBartino.
Hello, everybody, and is that good enough for you there? All right, well, so nice to be back. Thank you, Greg, for all your many things you do for poetry in San Francisco, and sending a lot of love to Clara Sue and her son. This first poem was based on my reflections. I remember that moment when I was a little kid and I first realized that everybody dies, and even me. So this is called Awake to My Mortality. A deep awareness of my own mortality has run me over. It came out of nowhere, leaving me no different than a half-squashed lizard out on a desert highway. My front legs and my vanity still try to go along, as if nothing is wrong. But I have lost my youthful invincibility. It's as useless as my tattered tail stuck to the splattered streak running down the road. My eyes roll around every which way, looking for an end that I know is coming. With the dark sky cupping the horizon, the deep truth of my aloneness glares at me. Then a coyote's call, far too close. I find myself with no way to run from the realization that I exist, but only as briefly as a dry breeze retreating before the coming rain. And I've got one that I wrote last night, so fresh out of the heart. My response to that mortality was to take up the Buddhist path, and I follow what's known as the Pure Land Way, where we accept the help of Amitabha Buddha, who meets us in the moment of our passing and brings us back to his pure land of higher consciousness. No title for this one yet. My day-to-day mind is a withered houseplant, abandoned on a windowsill, yet brought into the wonderful conditions of a great glass greenhouse, the Pure Land. I not only revive in the humid embrace of compassion and the brilliant light of Amitabha's wisdom, I blossom into Buddhahood. And one more. This one's called On the Run. On the run from what I have done, the hounds of karma are close behind me. In hopes of losing the scent of all my bad deeds of body, speech, and mind, I race down to the river of my spiritual energy. But I find the river low, more a series of pools than any kind of flow of transcendent higher consciousness. The barking gets louder, and I hurry on down the river bed, scrambling over boulders of doubt and thick clusters of rocky troubles. Despite all of my exertions, I become mud stuck in this groggy mess of confusion. I cry out for some relief. Amitabha Buddha, help me. Whether due to my own good karma ripening or the grace of a bodhisattva passing by, Amitabha has entered my life. He is coming low from upstream, a frothing wave rushing around my ankles, the swirling waters quickly freeing my feet and tossing aside my karmic hounds. Amitabha fills in the riverbed for me with his resolve to save those who recite his name. The buoyancy of the Buddha name lifts me up into the current of the now flowing river. Bobbing comfortably, all the many pebbles of resentments I have collected in my pockets fall now to the river bottom. No longer weighted down, my spirit becomes light, and I can stretch out my body as I float and wiggle my toes downstream toward the Pure Land. I still get scrapes and bangs and bounce off from submerged branches, but at times it also feels like I am soaring in the Buddha name as I round another curve. When the white seabirds appear overhead, I'll know the ocean of bliss lies just ahead. Time to leave this muddy river for the clear waters of the sea, where in the west the sun hangs like a drum over the horizon. Amitabha, Amitabha, Amitabha. Thank you, everyone. Right on today.
What does that sound like? Oh.
Well, let me all welcome you. You're more than I expected. Satisfaction that I get. Mommy never told me about such happiness that dreams come true. Shh, this new lease in life be with you. Hey, you really smoked me at that party looking toasty. You're leaning over cute, maybe have to follow through. In that moment, it came to me a brilliant calculation. I would make you my girl with a blank check for accommodations. But first, I had to touch you to move the plan on through, and reaching for your hand, we started dancing. And hey, baby, that's when we clicked. It's still going on. Now let me say this. No matter what the weather, snow, rain, or fall, you're the angel in my life, and heaven must have called your name. No way I'll ever be the same. Hey, wouldn't Bolo for vacation? That's the spot. Spending prime time together always says a lot. Right now, again, I feel the flame. I have this notion very soon you'll share my name. But before we rush the altar, I wanted to think it over. Having met you, and as we have become, no matter what the weather, snow, rain, or fall, you're the angel in my life, and heaven must call your name. No way I'll ever be the same. This love is in the mix, only you can make it stick. How it lasts forever, come what may. But if you went away, I'd still love you within. So let us make love again. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm going to do a little switcheroo with the lineup here, and I'm going to invite a gentleman who's here quite often, Rob, to come to the stage. Because he's got another engagement, so I want to make sure that he will get in here.
Thank you, Greg. All right. Greg is, yes, he is correct. I began this musical journey at Sacred Grounds 8 years ago, shortly after I moved to San Francisco. And tonight, after 8 years of plugging away, I'm going to be playing my first full-length concert. So if you like this ridiculousness, then come on out to the Bazaar Cafe tonight. The opening act is going to be Such Sweet Ruckus, an acoustic folk duo. They are wonderful. And then, the whole show starts at 7. The food is amazing. Come on out to the Bazaar Cafe tonight. Speaking of food, here's my little offering for the day. I have been vegan for 20 years. Don't woo-woo that. It's over, it's over. They say that serious times call for serious people, and I am here to announce that I am vegan no more. Oh, wait a minute, let me make sure I'm in tune. Close enough. Not good. Right. Rich people are like squirrels, hiding away their nuts. Nuts in the attic, nuts in the beach house, nuts in the account offshore, nibble, nibble. Rich people are squirrels. Rich people are like ticks, sucking the blood of the poor, sucking up money, sucking up land, sucking more, suck, suck. Rich people are ticks. Rich people are like sharks, pooping out the weak, pooping the indigenous, pooping women, pooping out the poor, poop, poop. Rich people are sharks. No more, no more, I can't be vegan no more. Gonna eat me some squirrel tape sharks, cause I can't be vegan no more, no more, no more. I can't be vegan no more. Gonna eat me some squirrel tape sharks, cause I can't be vegan no more. Wait a minute, where is it, where is it? There it is. cause I can't be vegan no more, no more, no more. I can't be vegan no more. Gotta eat me some squirrel, take sharks, cause I can't be vegan no more.
Next up, yeah, Inga.
Oh boy.
So once in a blue moon, I will read a little something. Sometimes I read some songs, and because I can't sing them. But this one is by one of my favorite poets, Joseph Brodsky. He was originally Russian, and then he migrated to US. He actually lived here in San Francisco for a little bit. And I like him a lot because he's intense, you know, like a new Russian immigrant. We're quite intense people. And so his poems are a lot about isolation, you know, so I can really relate to his poetry through, you know, like the strength of the feeling, you know, the just sheer intensity. And so this is one of my favorite poems, Untitled. Don't leave your room, this is better left than done. You've got cheap smokes, so why should you need the sun? Nothing makes sense outside, happiness least of all. You may go to the loo but avoid the hole. Don't leave your room, don't think of calling a taxi. Space consists of the hole and ends at the door, its axis. Bends when the meter's on. If your Tootsie comes in before she starts blabbing and dressing, throw her out the door. Don't leave your room, pretend a cold in the head. What could be more exciting than wallpaper, chair, and bed? Why leave a room to which you will come back later, unchanged at best, more probably mutilated? Don't leave your room, there might be a jazzy number. On the radio, nude but for shoes and coat, dance a samba. Cabbage smell in the hole fills every nook and cranny. You wrote so many words, one more would be one too many. Don't ever leave your room, let nobody but the room know what you look like, incognito ergo sum. As substance informed its form when it felt despair. Don't leave the room, you know it's not France out there. Don't be an imbecile, be what the others couldn't be. Don't leave the room, let furniture keep you company. Vanish, merge with the wall, barricade your iris from the Kronos, the Eros, the Cosmos, the virus. Don't leave your rooms, everybody. It's not worth it out there. That's the gist.
And we have our other member of our staff, Luis.
Woo!
So we had more sign-ups than we thought. When it looks like we're not going to have sign-ups, the staff members, we volunteer ourselves.
To the slaughter.
Yeah, so whenever I do open mic here, I just like read song lyrics because I think song lyrics are really beautiful. And this time I'm gonna do "Your Love Is My Drug" by Keisha, because I think that's probably never been done in like in a spoken word context, so it might be interesting. Maybe I need some rehab, or maybe just need some sleep. I got a sick obsession. I'm seeing it in my dreams. I'm looking down every alley. I'm making those desperate calls. I'm staying up all night hoping, hitting my head against the wall. What you've got, boy, it's hard to find. I think about it all the time. I'm all strung out. My heart is fried. I just can't get you off my mind. Because your love is my drug. Your love. I said your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. Won't listen to any advice. Mom is telling me I should think twice. I love too many devices, I'm addicted. It's a crisis. My friends think I've gone crazy. My judgment's getting kind of hazy. My steez is going to be affected if I keep it up like a lovesick crackhead. What you've got, boy, is hard to find. I think about it all the time. All the time. I'm all strung out, my heart is fried, I just can't get you off my mind. Because your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. I said your love, your love, your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. I don't care what people say, the rush is worth the price I pay. I get so high when you're with me, but crash and crave you when you leave. You leave. Hey, so I got a question. You leave. Do you want to have a slumber party in my basement? You leave. Do I make your heart beat like an 808 drum? Is my love your drug when you leave? Your drug, you leave. Huh. Your drug, you leave. Huh. Your drug, when you leave, is my love your drug. Because your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. I said your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. It just repeats it just repeats but then it just randomly ends with I like your beard.
I think I'll share one of mine. I wrote this a while ago. It's entitled Born in a Mirror. Born in a mirror in the middle of the mix. I stand transfixed by the image I see, which has most of my features, but I don't think looks a bit like me. Born in vulnerability, the truth lies on my face. I lose my place too often and easily, giving up then giving in, all the time wearing the discomforting grin. Born in a window, see me as I see you, looking glass through the prism of egotism. A crystal heart broken in pieces and parts, no longer immune nor shatterproof. Born in reflection, I wasted precious time as my youthful features fade. A middle age embraces me like a warm blanket cape, and despite all I may have lost, I still can see my way. Born in a mirror, in the midst of mystery. No one observes, no one discerns when I become the watcher, and there's no one watching me. Sometimes I have to wonder, who is this older guy I see? What has become, and what has he done with young Gregory? Thank you.
I think we can bring our feature of the afternoon up. We have, unfortunately, one feature this afternoon, but what a feature he is. ABDUL Kenyatta is the founder and executive director of the Speakeasy Storytellers since 2002. The Speakeasy Storytellers provide workshops and performances in storytelling and community events. An old school poet from Harlem and one of the founding members of Poets for Global Justice, he's an avid writer, poet, workshop coordinator, and stage actor.
He has performed as a jazz blues vocalist in Europe, Canada, the Caribbean, and across America. And a quote from educator Eric Dabney: "There is a liveliness in his resonance and presentation that produces an assortment of shades, hues, and styles, suffused in a mellow and rich sound, full of drive and urban rhythm. He brings a poetic perspective to the blues and an Afro-jazz perspective to his poetry. He's a street corner poet, a professor of urban news and jazzological musoetry, music and poetry together. And please welcome ABDUL KENYATTA.
So, I'm from Harlem, on 18th and Lenox. I was born in Harlem Hospital. So I'm standing on the stoop, minding my own business, and along comes my cousin. My cousin lives in the same building with me. My cousin is a really gorgeous lady, but the woman that she's walking with is the most beautiful woman that I have ever seen in my life. And her name is Maria. Maria, Maria, Maria. I've just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly I found how wonderful a sound can be. Maria, Maria. So my cousin comes over and introduces Maria to me. Now I know who she is. She's Maria Ascension, the track star. And she's gorgeous. She's got milk chocolate skin, and she's got two pigtails that come all the way down her back. And she is the finest woman that I have ever seen. So my cousin introduces me to her. I'm like, yeah, how you doing? Blah, 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 yada, yada. And so basically I say, I'd like to take you out. My cousin says, I don't think that's gonna happen, cuz. The only way that you can take her out is that you have to go visit her grandmother, La Reina. And if La Reina says it's okay, then you get to go out with her with the chaperone. So I'm like, okay, let me go meet La Reina. So I go to meet La Reina. When I get there, it reminds me of my grandmother's house, and there's kids that are from 2 to 14 running around doing all kinds of stuff. And La Reina sits in the living room, and she's like in her throne. And when I walk in, we start talking. Well, I don't speak Spanish, she don't speak English, but we both speak a little New Yorican. So we start communicating, and as we communicate, she starts smiling, and I'm smiling, and we're just getting along absolutely fabulously. We're getting along so well that Maria is like looking at me like, I don't know what kind of magic spell you just put over my grandmother, but it sure is working. And I was like, yeah, because I got it going on. And she said, La Reina said to me, you can take my granddaughter out. I was like, yeah. She said, and you can do it without a chaperone. I'm like, yeah. She said, but you have to do it on Sunday between 1 and she has to be back home by 5. Okay, fine. The only problem is that generally on Sundays at that time, I'm at the Audubon Ballroom. And at the Audubon Ballroom, Malcolm X is speaking. I am there every week. But I got an opportunity to go out with Maria, 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 Maria. I just met this girl named Maria. So I take her out. I decide that I'm going to do the full everything. I took her to Central Park. Went to Central Park, I took on the boat, and I rode the boat. We had hot dogs, we had hamburgers, we had popcorn, we had peanuts. I spent $20. This is in 1964. I spent $20. I made 75 cents an hour at my job. I spent $20. I couldn't believe I spent $20. So I take her home and we get up to the door where she lives, you know, so $20, right? You know, I'm gonna lean in, get a little slobber, everything gonna be cool, right? I lean in to get my kiss. She did some kind of pirouette thing. Spun around, kissed me on the cheek, and dashed into the house and closed the door. And I'm standing there and I'm like, $20. So now I'm walking home and I'm walking down the street and I cannot get over this. $20, I spent $20. As I come up to my stoop, I see my father and his brother and they're standing there. And my father says to me, did you go to the Audubon Ballroom today? I said, no, I didn't go today. No, I usually go, but no, I didn't go today. He said, oh man, because I was really worried because Malcolm X was assassinated today. It's like, Malcolm was assassinated today and I wasn't there? But then my mind went back to that $20. $20, I don't believe it, $20. I was real sad about Malcolm, but I think I was really sad about that $20 too. So I like to say that I never went out with her on a date again.
$20
I mean, that's got to be $200 today. You know, so I remember the day that I started to play in the game of life called Power. I see in my mind the place and the time. I even remember the hour. It was Saturday night and the moon was bright and the game, they were stalking their prey. And the neon light, the cold was crime, and the weak, they was doomed to pay. And you can forget that quote that the Christians wrote about honesty and fair play. You can't live on the streets without knowing how to cheat, because the game just don't play that way. So I'm sitting with my partners digging the sounds. I heard my first name called, so I turned around. She had eyes like diamonds. They were big, bright, and bold, and her smooth, soft skin was the color of gold. I'm in the ghetto. So, meaning no disrespect, but a true Harlem player got a reputation to protect, so I smoothed my way across the floor, looked into her eyes, and deep, dark, liquid pools of loveliness engulfed and enveloped me, took me into a trance. I took her by the hand. We started going to the dance floor to dance, and just as we got to the dance floor, the DJ played, "Bet you by golly, wow, you're the one that I've been waiting for forever, and ever will my love for you keep growing strong, keep growing strong." So now we're on the dance floor, and we dancing, you know, and I'm touching her, and she touching me, and I'm feeling her fingers touching me, mesmerizing my body, and I am feeling so good. But I do not know how, out of all of this good feeling that I got, with her all up in my arms, and me touching her and her touching me, the thing that came to my mind was Father Murnian. Father Murnian was the priest who oversaw the teenage dances on Friday nights. And Father Murnian used to walk around the dance floor when the slow records came on, and he would say, "Make room for the Holy Ghost. Make room for the Holy Ghost." And I'm saying to myself, if the Holy Ghost is a ghost, he better get in where he fit in. So I took her to my crib, and you know, we turned out the lights, and you know, I was like, if I'm dreaming, just let me sleep. You know, don't wake me up till this dream is complete. So we have this really great time. And the next day, I see my partners. My partners, you know, they waiting for me when I get there. You know, I'm cool and the gang, you know, because I just caught this fine lady. And I get it to them, and they said, "Oh man, I don't believe you went out with her. She's a this, she's a that." They was like saying all kinds of nasty things about her. And I was like, what? You know, and I was supposed to meet her like at 3 o'clock. So at 3 o'clock, I met her, you know, and as I walked up to her, I said, my friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. But my answer to all that use me stuff is just keep on using me. Hey, hey, come on, baby, till you use me up. Until you use me up. So, I don't know what that is. So I'd like to come back and do some more after we do some more open mic. Is that cool?
Well, I mean, you still have time with your future.
Okay.
So you can do some more now and then come back later.
Okay, I'd like to come back later. Okay?
Come back later?
Yeah, because I got a couple of things I'd like to read to you guys.
ABDUL?
Yes. Thank you so much.
We'll be back.
I'll be back.
Y'all pretty fast over there, huh?
All right. Next up, we have Yolanda and Jean and Cesar.
I wrote this poem about a year or 2 years ago, maybe even longer ago than that, when Eddie was still alive. Ever since he died, I've been writing poetry mainly about him or through Writers' Workshop at Gubbio Project. It's a church, Episcopalian, which I've been going to since January because it's hard without Angel. But this is a year or 2 or more ago. It's called A Gathering of Storms. Yes, a gathering of storms which must pierce people's hearts with an arch of truth, with a bow of strength, power with an arrow of love, to dissipate the government's efforts of criminalizing the poor, some longing for war on drugs, war on crime, of forcing them into shelters which some homeless find uncomfortable, which when the homeless refuse result in citations, fines, jail time, because you are searching for, you are allowed to enter your quote-unquote home, because it's a curfew hour by which you have to be in, which is usually 5 p.m., which unless you have permission, which consists of exceptions to the curfew being work-related excuse, health-related excuse, funeral. Shelter which for local, state, trans government involvements of forced concentration camps, which are not homes, which are not villages, which you don't have a key to, where guests aren't allowed. Divide and conquer tax, exploiting children against the homeless, business owners against those who rob, steal, so they don't starve to death. Advocate for the poor if you can, reward their stamina to survive by listening, by including us in discussions on how we choose to live, where we want to live. Like Oakland is daring to do, came about because of the artists' actions at the village in East Oakland, of Wood Commons in West Oakland, and their former homeless encampment communities. At least 10 dead, specifically after the eviction of Wood Street Commons because of the garbage, which Wood Commons tried to resolve with the city of Oakland to no avail. Eviction evicted April 10 through May 5, 2023, and the evictions have continued of those who have refused city-sanctioned shelters. Seize the time, seize the moment to win over the hearts and minds of the American people to the ballot, to talking with all, including non-citizens, through community actions. give me, quote unquote, give me your tired, you're poor, you have a master's, you're into be free. The Rachel refuse of our teeming shore of these the homeless tempest tossed to me. I live my lap beside the golden door. And my last was New York City, 1883. And there's also going to be a screening of the Wood Commons in Cameron. They have 300 people and dwellings in Oakland. They opened that, they started around 2012. They're going to have their film screening at the Roxy on the 31st of this month at 1 o'clock. The Roxy in San Francisco by Valencia, 16th Street.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gene Powell,
Yeah.
please come to the stage.
Would I be able to sit? Is it okay?
Sure, you can. It's too high, I can get a regular chair for you.
Should work. Okay, this is one of my little memoir pieces. Is everyone able to hear me?
Yes.
Great. Revenge in the Afternoon. I have ridden the California Street cable car on days when I should not have. When it was packed with yuppies dressed as runway models, unwilling to share an inch of space. When the car was overrun with tourists, laughing in various accents and pushing cameras into the faces of long-suffering locals. And when new operators battled with the grips and the brakes, causing the huge car to stop and start at odd moments before they learned precision in movement. One glorious Monday afternoon, as the lone passenger on the cable car from Van Ness to Mason, I experienced the sweetness of payback in a most unexpected fashion. In a quick minute, actually years in the making, I found release from years of bearing up through the indignities in my life. Between brilliant careers in 2010, the year Gavin Newsom became mayor, I was journeying to a cafe in the Ferry Building. The gripman that day was a sun-bronzed veteran of 20 years on the 3 cable car lines. Name of Billy, looking forward to retirement. He didn't say much to passengers, speaking mostly to his regulars. And he displayed stoicism in the face of everything: traffic, weather, tourists, and especially rude taxi drivers. Every day on that stretch of California Street opposite Huntington Square Park, cab drivers in front of the hotel would disrespect the 20,000-pound cable cars by edging onto their tracks while waiting for a traffic light to change. Every day, the gripman had to hold back his car when this indignity happened. This glorious Monday afternoon was different. The situation, a flat block, free of hills, only one passenger on the car, light traffic, and a taxi cab driver pulling onto the cable car track for no reason. As the cabbie relaxed in his vehicle on a track belonging to another, Billy eased up on the brake, and the giant cable car moved forward a few inches in silence. Also in silence, the taxi's front door crumpled like wet Kleenex, and I watched in awe. A clean strike, expert work. The cabbie looked so startled. I glanced at Billy, and his eyes held the most delightful glint of satisfaction. Billy saw me smile. We understood each other. Each knew this story would remain a secret. The precision of this strike left a deep impression on me. I hopped off the cable car, since I knew an inspector would have to be summoned and paperwork filled out. Walking to the end of the line was not a problem. The day felt lighter, brighter. I noticed the sun glinting off hotel windows. Somehow prior slights and misfortunes seemed insignificant at this moment, brushed off my shoulders. Someone had gotten sweet revenge by being patient and creative. As I walked to the ferry building, I hummed a merry tune. Now I'm going to try to find one short one. Here. All right. This is an early version of a poem that is in an anthology. It's called I Write My Name for the Children of Gaza. Ribbons of phosphorus empty your arms of all they own, all they ever owned. The sun hides in shadows, ashamed to witness what you have lost. Young ones smile, seek reassurance from all the light you cannot give. Generations lost, honor forever torn into fragments. You search for angels as carnage reigns, absent as they prostrate themselves before God and beg mercy for human charges. But the mercy window is closed. You are late coming back from wherever you've been, embracing bloody keepsakes plastered on your hair, on your face, your shell of a body. You write their names on children's brown legs and press face to face with them so you will recall in any realm, fiery realm where you find yourself. Shrieking bleeds into sunken eyelids. Wailing of ancestors pierces the smoke. Olive wood teething rings burst into flame. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air. Thank you. Oh, I get a pen? Yeah. Okay, this is blue? All right. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Say some love. Next.
Okay, thanks, Greg. So today is the new moon in Taurus, so I am reading a poem about the moon. The visitor. When he arrives by day, he is barely noticed. Then at night, he enchants you like a movie star. Sometimes he is crepe thin, other times he is obese. Always he is elegant. Always he is foreign. Noticed or not, he comes bearing gifts. Gifts brilliant and cool. Gifts concealed in silver gleam. Gleam that penetrates cinder clocks. Beams that penetrate skin. Beams that lodge in muscle. Beams that lodge in organs. Beams with coded knowledge. Knowledge from very far. Knowledge of dance steps. Dance steps that do not need a floor. Dance steps emotional. Dance steps intellectual. The visitor, elegant and foreign, invites you to his dance. A dance potent as the tides. A dance sterling as his orbit. There was a play I saw a while back, I think it's called, the play was called References to Salvador Dali Make Me Hot, and one of the characters is the moon, and it was great because the moon was, it was a guy cast as the moon, and he has a soliloquy and he says, Shakespeare, that motherfucker, he got my gender wrong. Okay. And this one's called Stomach. Yeah, I want to write a series of poems about the parts of my body. It's not going in order, but this one's called Stomach. There are undigested bones in there. There are recipes in there. Recipes forgotten by my mother. Recipes forgotten by my grandmother, but not forgotten by my stomach. There on the wall, they are recorded. I go to them when the moon is low. I go to them when the moon bestows. When I am hungry, but not for food. Hungry for connection, hungry for inheritance. I go to them. I'm going to read one more. This one's called Star Points. The songs of my tribe have 23 beats. Our dances have 23 steps. We play and dance on a land of 23 directions, beneath stars of 23 points. Dance with us, sing with us, visit us in the forest, visit us in the desert, find us at midnight, find us at noon. Dance with us, sing with us, clap to the 23 beats, dance all the 23 steps. Find us at sunrise, find us at sunset, meet us on the beaches, meet us in the mountains. Run away with us on the 23rd stanza of your 23rd song. Always good to be here, thanks.
Okay, I know we have some people who came in, and Sarah, I know Sarah's here, good to see you, and I believe I saw Rick here as well. I don't know, yeah, let me just take a look and see. Anybody here? Okay. And Rick is on here. Sarah, you also like to read too? Yeah. Okay.
Rick Champion.
Yeah, Rick.
Oh, okay.
Rick, why don't you come up and share some...
A very short poem that requires some context. There was Camry, who my beloved purchased from her mother for a whole $5, and who died at Hate and Divisadero. So this is and Natalie used to talk to people as she drove, whether they heard her or not. So, here it goes. Driving monologue. Let go of club. Car, I'm your owner. I'm not stealing you. Pedestrian, sidewalk is there. Do you want to add being dead to your list of problems? Is this honking contest day? What's the prize? Homeboys, sidewalk is for talking, street is for driving. Sir, excuse me, lady, you don't need that much road. Dead skunk. Ran over part of it. Oh well, dead anyway. Man with baby. Use crosswalk. Pedestrian island. Where are you? Quit hiding. Mr. Bus Driver, or Ms., whatever. I hope you don't have kids in there. You do. Be careful. car, wait.
This is more than we'll have, and with a few more open mics, I see we have another mic participant here.
The river Nile. In my mind, I hear the drummers drumming, and I feel the flow of the river Nile. The river Nile flows through my subconscious mind. I am on a mission commissioned by my ancestors 4 million years ago. I am a member of the Society of Hearers, Seers, Thinkers, Recorders, Teachers, and Healers. I am called on them to connect the uncountable seasons of our flowing with our numerous untold tomorrows. I am called to link genetic memory with Genesis, identity, and eternity. And in the interest of continuity, I am called to communicate truth, complete, unexpurgated, and in great detail. The river Nile flows through my subconscious mind. I congregate with ancestors, intoxicating my senses in the house where the drummers drum, reinforcing knowledge of the universe and humankind. In the beginning, before time, there was the Mother, Father, Creator. Then came the fire beneath countless eons, melting, glowing, churning. Then the clouded atmosphere spat, then sprinkled forth moisture, building to torrents of rain, converging slime and water, and more eons. In the beginning, the river Nile stretched her fluid fingers into morning quietness and produced the children of the Nile in the first implementation of human biorhythmic reality. And then, on the shores of Mother Africa, came the first human being. And time developed people. And humankind was born. The river Nile flows through my subconscious mind, and the reality is all over me, inside me, and through me. I was born hundreds of thousands of generations ago. I am the first child in a family of many. I sit beside the river of legends winding through thousands of centuries of history, streaming visions of ancient ancestors. The sound of the drum, the sound of the drum, the sound of the drum, drum, drum across the gulf of time, and the river Nile flows through my subconscious mind. The river Nile, mother of all rivers, mother of all agriculture, propagator of all life forms. The river Nile, he keeps flowing and flowing and flowing as ancestors are conversating with my consciousness over feasts of bean stew and unleavened bread, intoxicating my senses, producing visions recalling ancient kingdom of Kush, visions recalling the warrior skills, crossing white sands, climbing hills, overlooking cities filled with people loving themselves, respecting one another, and visions of the fabled mountains of the moon. Of the fabled mountains of the moon and the Kagera River, visions of the pyramids of Nuri, smoothed by centuries of sandstorms, and I flow. I flow through the histories of mankind, drinking the knowledge of eternal life and spiritual magnificence. I flow. I flow through the past arm in arm with ancient ancestors, cautioning me to not repeat mistakes of the past, sharing secrets, teaching lessons, and dropping knowledge, and encouraging me to continue to struggle. I sit beside the river of legend, winding through countless centuries of history, flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing. The river Nile flows forever and ever, forever. Those mystical drummers be drumming. Those drummers be drumming. The brothers be drumming, beating bamboo batons, steel drums, and the river Nile keeps flowing in my mind, flowing and flowing and flowing forever and ever and ever. The river Nile flows in my subconscious mind forever and ever and ever. Okay, I would like to read this poem, but I don't know if you guys are going to get it, but I'm going to try it anyhow. It's not exactly a poem. In the 1950s and 60s, the coolest show on television for teenagers was the American Bandstand, with Dick Clark, America's oldest teenager. American Bandstand was an American music and dance television program that aired from 1952 to 1989. The American Bandstand's best-known incarnation was hosted and produced by Dick Clark. He served as the show's primary presenter for over 3 decades. The term rock and roll originated in the 50s. The phrase was used in African-American slang to describe dancing, energetic spirituality, and sexual activity. Rocking refers to the rhythmic movement, while rolling suggests a sense of motion and excitement. Early rock and roll artists like Chuck Berry, like Little Richard and Elvis Presley popularized the term through their sexually promiscuous songs and stage presentations. Remember when James Brown, Chuck Berry, and Little Richard swiveled their hips? Good golly, Miss Molly, show like the ball. Good golly, Miss Molly, show like the ball. When you rockin' and rollin', can't hear your mama call. Good golly, Miss Molly, show like the ball. Then he told Mustang Sally, going to the corner, gonna buy a diamond ring. Would you hug me and kiss me? Make me a ting-a-ling-ling. He told Mustang Sally she need to slow that Mustang down, or they have to put her flat feet on the ground. Then he said, wop, bop, a loo bop, a bop, bop, bam, tootie fruity, oh Rudy, a tootie fruity, oh Rudy. I got a girl named Sue, she sure know what to do. I said, I got a girl named Sue, and she sure know what to do. She rocks to the east, she rocks to the west, but that girl, she just loves me the best. Tootie Rudy, oh Rudy, a tootie fruity, oh Rudy, tootie fruity, oh Rudy, a tootie fruity, oh Rudy, tootie fruity, tootie fruity, tootie fruity. Y'all know about that?
We do now.
Say, Tutti Frutti. You know, the twist was done by Hank Ballard. Hank said, a lot of people don't understand this song. He said, come on, baby, let's do the twist. Come on, baby, let's do the twist. Take me by my little hand and go like this. E-I, now twist, baby, twist. Oh yeah, just like this. Come on, little miss, and do the twist. But the key elements of the song is, my daddy's sleeping and my mama ain't around. Your daddy's just sleeping and mama ain't around. We're gonna twisty, twisty, twist till we tear this damn house down. Come on and twist, baby, twist, baby. Come on and twist, baby, a twist, a baby. How many people here remember Soul Train? I remember Soul Train. Soul Train was an American musical variety television show. In 1971, Don Cornelius, with his sexy, deep voice, big afro, and fashionable clothing, was flanked by gorgeous, nimble, acrobatic dancers. Cornelius was Soul Train's first and longest-serving host, moderator, and executive producer. He smoothly announced in his basso profundo, "You can bet your last money it's all gonna be a stone gas, honey." Don Cornelius hosted every episode of Soul Train from 1970 to 1993, except when Richard Pryor hosted the final episode of season 4. He created and produced the series. Soul Train primarily featured performances by rhythm and blues, soul, and hip-hop artists. It was the African-American Bandstand. I was in my early 20s, in the early days of Soul Train. My friends and I could copy many of the dance moves. Don Cornelius hosted this show through 6 presidential administrations. Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, and Clinton. Nixon, Ford, and Reagan actively promoted the fight against black pride. Love, peace, and soul. The Soul Train, the only national available show by Africans in America at the time, was a public television series Soul, hosted by Alice Hazlett. After Airing locally on WCIU-TV in Chicago, Illinois for a year, this series aired nationally. At the time, there were no other commercial television programs being produced by Africans in America for the African American audience. After securing a sponsorship deal with the Chicago-based Sears Roebuck Company, Soul Train premiered on WICU-TV on August 17, 1970, as a live show airing weekdays afternoon. Soul Train was a low-budget affair in black and white. The first episode of the program featured Jerry Butler, the Childites, and the Emotions as guests. Soul Train, Soul Train. In 1973, James Brown said it loud, "I'm black and I'm proud." Cornelius and Soul Train syndicated targeted 25 markets outside of Chicago to carry the show, with the station in only 7 other cities: Atlanta, Birmingham, Cleveland, Detroit, Houston, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia purchased the program, which began airing on a weekly basis on October 2nd, 1971. By the end of the first season, Soul Train was on in every other market. The program's immediate success attracted another Chicago-based firm, the Johnson Products Company, manufacturers of the Afro Sheen line of hair care products. They agreed to co-produce the show and expanded it into national broadcast syndication. When Soul Train moved into syndication, its home base shifted to Los Angeles, where it remained for the duration of its run. Make that move right now, baby. Soul Train went Hollywood. Once Soul Train relocated to Los Angeles, they groomed fabulous professional dancers in stylish costumes who took over the dance floor. And Africans in America needed our Afro Sheen to stay black and beautiful. Natalie Cole was our statuesque, beautiful, ultra sheen spokesmodel. Wantu Wazuri, baby. Beautiful people use Afro Sheen. Wantu Wazuri, I use Afro Sheen. Let me get the book. So I call this my any page book. I say if you open this book to any page, you should enjoy what you read. Okay, this is called A Better Place. Dear Heavenly Mother, thy will be done. But could I make a few suggestions? No funeral dance for me, no shaking heads, no sobbing eyes or floral bouquets. All that could be done for me should have been done before my death. Thy will be done. I want to be on your heavenly express. I want to know I'm on the right train, and I want to be sure I get off on the right station for the heavenly nation, meaning no disrespect. I have no need for streets paved with gold or magical flights of the soul, and you can miss me on the whole milk and honey thing. I was just trying to imagine a better place. That will be done, but I was wondering if our daily bread could be my grandmother's homemade biscuits dripping with honey or jam and butter. And may I respectfully suggest we have a celebration every day and invite Eric Dolphy, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, and Louis Armstrong, maybe Duke Ellington and Count Basie, Joe Williams crooning, everybody wants to know why I sing the blues. And we could skip the whole choir of angels unless it provides Liam Tom Price, Mahalia Jackson, and Aretha Franklin, with all due respect. Otherwise, hit me with Bird, Billie Holiday, and Marvin Gaye. We can invite Biggie Smalls and Tupac. Let Miles Davis be blowing down the block. Let Otis Redding get his RESPECT. And around the corner, let there be Sam Cooke on another Saturday night. And he finally got somebody. In fact, that will be done. This is just a thought. Maybe we could let my granny set the menu for all our celebrations, heavenly jubilations, where the spiritually elite meet, greet, and eat, featuring the cuisine of the saints, fried chicken, collard greens, and candied yams, black-eyed peas and rice would be so nice, baked Virginia ham, mashed potatoes with brown gravy, stewed sweet tomatoes, buttermilk pound cake, and peach cobblers, sweet potato and apple pies, and hold the cholesterol and calories. ice cold lemonade and honey sweetened tea, Jack Daniels and rum and coke, no getting drunk and no hangovers. I'm just trying to think of a better place. You know, party all the time with a room outside for people who want to smoke that heavenly blessed weed, where grandfather would be shouting, get off your ass and get on your feet, we getting down with the heavenly beat. Make a joyful noise, let's scream and shout, let's have a party and work it on out. In a place where you either have to be there or be square. I mean, that will be done, but I was just trying to imagine a better place. I feel your moist lips on mine, breathing love and compassion. I taste the pleasure in your lips, and you fall upon me like rose petals. I am transformed by your love, in the presence of beauty beyond the stars. My night now bright with the starlight in your eyes, with stimulating currents conquering all coherent thought, in the passion of swirling lips and gyrating hips, undulating rhythms, succulent moisture moments, and my imagination permanently and perpetually charged for action. A slow, tasty exploration of the senses, stroking lazy circles on the sensitive, soft flesh, caressing the swelling of your breast. Lips so soft they are amazing. I love the ways you love me. You like to please me. I like that you tease, stimulate, and sultrify me. Urgent, primal tendencies blending into laughter and healing. And I just want to testify. Over time, I have learned you are marvelous, intelligent, amazingly impressive, resilient, positive, and extraordinarily wonderful. The first time ever I saw your face, I melted into love, fell in love with your locked hair, graceful movements, and gently smiling countenance. You moved with such confidence without a hint of arrogance, and your beautiful smile. I mean, the way you raised the corner of your mouth in amusement, pleasure, or approval seemed in agreement with a secret song sung softly deep within my genetic memory. I was amazingly delighted and enchanted by the lilting poetic music in your voice, woven into soft-sounding symphony, lending itself to enrapture me. I hope you would capture me and never release me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And another hand for our feature, ABDUL KENYATTA. All right. We have a few more people. Sarah and Lomas. Sarah, would like to come here. Bless you. And we may have time for people to come up and share a little bit more if they'd like to.
It's a little bit late.
Oh, no.
I thought today was Friday. I woke up. Thank you for the feature. Those were wonderful. Brought back some memories. Let me see if I can find this. A couple of short things. A mouthful of candy and nuts. Yum yum. Okay. Stop complaining. You drew a lucky straw. Through no virtue of your own infant self. A can of chickpeas in parsley and cumin, home in your bag. Wouldn't they love to have that in some frozen or burning tent? They've been driven to huddle in through the fault of we don't know who, or maybe we do, by innocent me and you. I want to stop doing these word things and stay silent, whether by hand or mouth,
except when a kind word seems absolutely necessary in the lost crossings of the heart. This one has a title, Ratus Ratus, which is the Latin name for the rat. I think the ratus have come to recognize the corner traps where we only half that smart. Thank you.
Romas?
I forgot my glasses in all the chaos of getting here and following directions and getting turned around. It is difficult. But I come this far and there was no way in hell I was going back across the bridge after all that effort to get here. So I'll read the short one and the longer one. If I can get to it. My documents. All right, 19. This first one is a love poem for my ex-girlfriend in college. And if I can get to it, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. There we go. Wish me luck on this, you guys, because I do not have my glasses. There we go. This is about, remember when you got your first apartment in college and you finally got time, no roommate, no nothing, and your girl could come over and you guys could just kick it on Saturdays and Sundays. For a while, I had a dorm room and an apartment. I was wandering one day at the beginning of the semester, second semester, and I went by a place and the guy had a little place for $214 a month. And I gave him $214, so I had a kick it place and a dorm. So it was a wonderful semester. It was like I had a speakeasy club off campus at Long Beach State, but this is for Max. Remember that night, my small place, that limping starlit open July, the ever-changing moon through the night-hand canopy in river sky, universe lowered until acacias fondled stars. Remember the half-light after eating the last chocolates. You were almost asleep, one eye closed in gold, looking inward at the moon, and my questions brought you back for slow moments only. Stars traversed the hour, silent comet, a cat lingered, struck across the courtyard wall. His shadow grew a god hand toward the ceiling. And in the wash of sky and night, you smiled. Moved closer to me, Al Jarreau saying, I will be there for you, baby. And mentioned Monterey. We had been there before. You hummed along. There, watching the night country of your skin border light and the sheet shore against your breast. Remember what I said in the flowering cinnamon and breeches of your kiss. Something crazy of all the crazy things I say just to see you smile. Turning and arcing, you found my shoulder, my whole body welcomed you. Said your homeland was loud sometimes in the negotiations of the city and markets, yet soundless green traveling east into the continent. Open buses shifting people to sleep. You missed the morning noises, the shoeless children. Remember, I rubbed your back, searching your belly for your breath until I found your nipple, said, let me kiss Kilimanjaro. It was funny then, and soft. This is a poem that if Kamala Harris had won, I would have been behind that plexiglass in Washington with a big coat on and a hat, reading to the country. So, because I knew her pastor, who's in Oakland, so I wrote an inauguration poem and gave it a shot, right? So this is my inauguration poem, and it's called The Night Shift. So when the next president gets elected, or anybody, I'm going to propose that this poem be read. And here it is. The heft of incipient morning gathers behind the thinning night, like light beneath skin, or the dreaming eyes between a cocoon of memories and the lattices of the gathering face. In the cobalt recesses of 5 a.m., the world is at the window. One man returns from work overnight with the machines, the whine of their songs, their incessant chants, to a small apartment on the 3rd floor, to the blue plaid of his sleeping Monday. His weary eyes on the road are the first light, his spent body the first articulation against the first rust of sun. His hands, his teeth, steer the wheels and eat the rinds of the night hours. At 4:30 a.m., a Tuesday woman settles on a cold bus stop. She waits and breathes. The breakfast at the hotel must be prepped. She must make the fruit say hello, the omelets amusing. And when all this is done, when the colorful tourists have awakened, she'll watch them eat, she'll watch them smile, she'll watch them fly away to other places. The day begins with heroes, they who rescue the morning from darkness, they who negotiate the night ransoms and polish the stars, they who give and stack their bodies like levees against a tide of tolling clocks, they who pawn their dreams and never retrieve them and step into the clicking alchemy of age. Wednesday, very early, the praying hours, the opera buses roar and settle onto their shops. The drivers know every flower of their roots, how the asterisks tilt in the landscaping and listen for God. All the morning children belong to them, each early shop window in the low sun, the cadence of traffic lights. The drivers nod at the first people nod back. They understand the coming winter, its gasp of mint and frost, the brief warmth of the dutiful bus in January, the chance to sit and be ferried along, to be delivered carefully, like a swallowed lover. Thursday, the custodians have concluded, done their secret business, their humming rituals. At last they gather in the large empty spaces. They sit, chew, they dangle their appendages and wait for time. The train station is reset clean, the elementary school square and colorful, the bank buttoned like a fine suit, the university edited and published. The custodians know in their great brotherhood the exiting stars, the quiet explosions of morning, how the day happens in the mortar and scaffolds up to space. Friday morning in the dark halls of twilight, the night stories end, the crops amen, amen. The geometric fields heave and fade to heavy blue, and at the end of the horizon, amid the flushes of torrents and rest, the smoldering day pushes past the hemisphere like water against a foreign shore. Here, in the etching acquiescence to light, the day is but fireflies and flashlights. The agricultural workers are present, swarming in the blackness. They gather lettuce and onions, miles of garlic and cotton, the seasonal work in the San Joaquin, empires of corn in Iowa, a harvest of strawberries. And in the constructed sunrise, the morning's grand announcement, its riot of colors and sky, America stirs awake. We languish about in the clear window of day until our bodies form and reach a steady idle. The garbage trucks have come early and roar down the alley. The crossing guards are careful and in place. The teachers, professors, social workers, clerks, and salespeople perform their powders and shaves and start their sedans. The city employees begin their calculations. And on the outskirts of town, the truckers have gotten coffee, exchanged the news, and our 50 miles are gone. Wherever you are, America, 8 a.m. will come and place you on the plateau of mid-morning. Whatever beckons you out there, whether in the whirling Midwest farmland infinities, basking in the ergonomically planned suburban vistas, or glinting beneath the scheduled squares of downtown city sky, in the chance passings to our sacred obligations. Day shift America, you wave, hello. Night shift America, you wave, goodbye.
Yeah. Anyone else who wanted to read and did not get a chance to? I see somebody here. Please step up.
It's gonna take me.
Take your time. Take your time.
I'll just guess you could make anything that we want. I just want to introduce myself and say hello.
Yep.
My name is Thomas. In my past, I've been very isolated, and I don't often participate in things, and so I'm glad. This is the second time I've come here, and this time I was able to sit and listen to what people were saying. I kind of struggle with engaging and feeling things, but I was very moved by everyone's imagery that you conjured at your imaginations, and that connecting to things. So I'm glad to be here and to share in this, and I appreciate everybody's contributions to just trying to, just dwell on the world. I briefly wrote something when I was on the bus getting here, just that so everyone was on the bus, and I was just thinking, we're all going to different destinations, and we all have different life experiences, but in that moment, we were all just there together, and just this feeling of I was able to feel like kind of connected to everyone, and I feel like a poem could come out of that. But anyway, like we're all heading somewhere. Hopefully we're heading in a good direction, and we're growing, and I hope that for everyone here and myself, and that's all. Oh, okay. I wanted to feel included, so that's what
Anyone else? Now anyone who's read who would like to read again, John? And anyone else? And JR and Romus? Okay, please. And Ingrid? Yeah, please. No, nothing. Oh.
Thank you. This is called Mayday, Going Down. I am a shot-up bomber plane heading for home. Battered by life, I steer toward Sukhavati, Amitabha Buddha's pure land. Wheels won't come down, so it'll be a belly landing for me on the Bombay doors. The unspent bombs of my despair jiggle in their frames as I lose altitude. The smoke from the embers of all my bad actions billows out the cockpit window, leaving a stain across the sky as down I go. I'm coming in, Amitabha, dropping fast and shuddering through the fog. So get the bodhisattvas ready to put out the fires of my explosive passions. The skid crash leaves me as a debris field spread across one of the vast gardens of the Pure Land. It is up to you, Amitabha, to build me back up again and refurbish me as a golden Buddha. Gather together the scraps and bent bits of me and pile them together on a lotus. Sit me upright and spoon feed me subtle joys as I am unaccustomed to the richness of the bliss of the higher states of consciousness. Wring out my heart of all its sorrows and let it draw in the nectar of your wisdom. Then I will fly again, ending the curve of time and space as I help beings across the cosmos find their home in the Pure Land.
At your pleasure, I'll make this a short one. It's about all of you, dedicated to you. Could you go to the mic? Oh. It's dedicated to all of you. It's the issue about poets never die. Keep me back from the scarlet hour. Save my face from ice-pick winds. At Ocean Beach, there's rocking and a rolling. It's sweet 16, and I'm back again. Keep me back from the edge of darkness, orange juice spiked with grins and songs, riding the highways, beachcomber always, hold my tenderness and smile. Keep me close to bountiful bosoms, kissing dew from my sweetheart's brow, feel the hump on her rising belly, hold my grave beneath the dye. Let the people see my mantle, enjoy greatness in the hour. Bring the young ones to my presence, let them feast on verse and legend. When I go on television, keep the cameras in for observance, never tell of stories present. Keep the critics uninformed. Never speak of age and swelling, hide the pills away from sight. Say of friends with whom I'm dwelling, skirt chasing, but don't you yell. Come 4 a.m. when most folks cook up, can the gossip and the rib tips. That's my voicemail, dripping gravy, let's do biscuits and rock the planet. While I ponder new appointments, thoughts of honey and you combined, terrible cravings, oh so splendid. Please stay with me. One more line. Poets never die. Thank you.
This is another poem that I wrote in college some time ago. It's from a true experience. I moved into some apartments and this woman propositioned me. I mean, a rough lady, a little rough, you know, type of cut you. Well, pull it out the bra, stab you, and put it back. Type of woman. But she thought she liked me, so this is called One Tuesday Morning. And somehow everything happens on Tuesday. We have the rest of the week to think about it. This is called One Tuesday Morning. It's a love poem, actually. Today my neighbor smiled at me, the small woman with 3 kids across the fence, who hates her ex-husband loudly and smokes vigorously in the mornings. Time pilfers her youth, makes her smaller each day, pulls her nearer that proverbial wall, steals her cells until the skin is tight and aches blossom like coal in her language. This local gray morning, replete with shadows, she walks from her apartment, sucks the cigarette so hard that her forearm tightens, the bitter streak of brown mark in her eyes. She exhales a small, colorless world, standing in smoke, never blinking. She has no need for beauty. The screen door slams behind her. One eye is on me, the other curses the air. I want to be anywhere but here. This small woman approaching me like a knife. I am caught between steps, wandering in the wonder. Hey there, she says, almost skipping now, flicking her headscarf and flicking the cigarette. How goes the morning? I am still amazed, the morning blustery and dark around me. Hey, I say softly. She says, you live in number 12, huh? Yes, I say. She steps back and looks at me, that eye taking me in and putting me out. Her talk is like throwing rocks against windows. Every word crashes down around you, each syllable pregnant with a small threat. You knew, huh? Yes, I say. She is smiling. It makes me so uneasy that I have to lean against the railing. The kids are milling behind her in the apartment, some of them screaming. She yells, shut your asses up! She says, now back to you. I stand at attention. She smiles, sweet enough. I am the station. My kids go to daycare in the afternoons. I know you get a lunch hour if you work near. I want you to speak in Spanish. Something needs better language. ¿Qué? But I don't know enough Spanish. Excuse me? She says, come see me. She says, we'll be alone. She takes a drag of the cigarette, examines it, and exhales, and licks her tongue at me. I say, you are hella bold, but no thanks. I have a girlfriend. Sorry. She laughs slightly. Nigga, you ain't all that. This is just sex, your loss. But you know where I am. She turned, hand on her small hip, and went back inside. I heard her yell at the kids again, heard her scream and curse, heard the pots fall and the television start to blare, heard her move back into the bland clamor of her small, loud life. Every day, I count the victories, however small. They move me inches at a time toward my life. This is a game of inches, of gaining and never losing the day, and understanding that on those ordinary weekday mornings, when all things seem to start with the same complacency and lack of promise, we all have been guilty of being lonely, standing behind the screens, waiting in our doorways for love.
That kind of brings us to the end, unless there's anyone else that did not get a chance to read or read again. Okay, well, I think I'll share a short one here. I was kind of inspired by some of the things I've heard this afternoon. And thank you all again for coming out. Thank all the wonderful readers, our feature in the afternoon, and also those who came to just listen and support the poets. We really appreciate appreciate you. Thank you. This is Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn Nights, and I'm from Brooklyn. I grew up in Bedford-Stuyvesant. It's a section in Brooklyn. Way back on some mellow Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn nights, rhythm and blues brothers used to street corner croon and harmonize, sweetening the evening with tenor and bass tunes. They would polish the baritone sky with a coat of velvet sound. I'd push the curtains aside to see them standing 405, heads bowed. Under a dim street light, voices low but somehow loud enough to drown out competition from the rumble of Oldsmobile mufflers, transistor radios, and antenna TVs, the faded shouts of hustlers and the rustle of summer trees. From the other side of my curious bedroom window, it seemed they were performing just for me. A soul concert of white t-shirts and dungarees, singing real good for free. Under a fading yellow light, an aspiring group of doo-wop fellas practice harmony and ghetto a cappella. Some of the sounds and flavors I remember from those Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn nights. Once again, thank you all for coming out this afternoon. Please come back next month. I believe that will be June 19th, I believe.
June 19th.
Yes, Juneteenth, indeed, yes. And our features... I'm sorry, June 20th, the day after. Okay. Our features will be Tim Donnelly and Kimi Sugioka. So please come out. Thank you all. Thank the staff of Clarion. Best wishes to Clara, the family, as well as Susana, our other feature who wasn't able to make it. But good afternoon for everyone. Thank you for coming out, and spread love and peace throughout the world. Stay safe.